with prayer, please.
Let us pray. Almighty and gracious God, we gather tonight with thankful hearts, thankful for the gift of leadership, for those who serve this city with dedication, and for the countless hands and minds that labor each day to make our community thrive. We thank you for the opportunities that lie before us, for new ideas that inspire hope, for projects that promise renewal, and for the quiet moments of discernment that remind us why we serve. May we never take for granted the trust the people have placed in us, nor lose sight of the call to lead with humility, compassion, and integrity. Grant this council wisdom that listens before speaking, that weighs carefully the needs of many, that seeks the common good above personal gain. Give them courage to make difficult decisions, especially when the right path may not be the easy one. Bless this city with unity of spirit. In our diversity, may we find strength. In our disagreements, may we find respect. And in our shared vision, may we discover harmony that builds bridges instead of walls. We pray for those who quietly serve behind the scenes, for our city employees, our first responders, and volunteers, for every citizen who believes this community can be better tomorrow than it is today. Renew all of us in a sense of purpose and partnership, that we may work side by side to create a city marked by justice, opportunity, and hope. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Up to the pillars, please, the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Huh? I can turn it on today. It's on right now, actually. Oh. Black screen. Gave out, I guess.
I'm gonna get my agenda out then.
Alrighty, good evening, everyone. In your packet, you got the minutes from October 7th, 2025. Would entertain a motion to approve as written.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any corrections that anyone needs to bring forward? All in favor of approving the minutes from October 7th, say aye.
Aye.
That passes. We have the statements of revenues, expenditures from October 7th meeting. Everyone received. I'd entertain a motion to approve the revenue.
Motion.
We have a motion?
Second.
We have a second from Mr. Carter. Any questions regarding the statement of revenues and expenditures? See not any, all in favor of approving them, say aye.
Aye.
The motion passes. Also, we have the abstract of accounts for September 2025. I'll entertain a motion for that.
Motion.
Have a motion from Mr. Panousis.
Second.
Second from Mr. Bryant. Any questions regarding the abstract? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, I believe that passed too. We'll move into the city administrator report. Mr. Rasmussen.
Thank you very much. I just had one thing, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the update on the ordinance on our city trash pickup. And we have Jamie here. I think you go ahead and fill us in on that.
Mayor, council, thank you guys for letting me talk. Thanks for who came out to the ribbon cuttings we had last week. Appreciate seeing you guys there. I wanted to tell you guys about the trash ordinance on the number of cans. Upon further review, we found out that there is not a limit on cans, so I came here to tell you guys to let your people know that they can come or call our office at 888-5366 or go to kvpw.net/sanitation. And you guys can request, I say you guys, the citizens can request as many cans as they want. It'll be the $18.95 for the initial can, and then $10 for every additional can they want after that. So there won't be a limitation on the number of cans that they can have. Any questions about that?
Is there any time frame that they need to keep the second one, or they can cancel at any time?
They can cancel at any time. If they don't do it during the initial rollout, if they call in March or April and June and want one, then there's going to be a service charge, because we'll have to go back out and deploy, because as we're doing the deployment now, we'll drop off additional cans.
Hardly ever need one until Christmas, so I gotta get a can for Christmas.
No, sir. During Christmas and Thanksgiving, we understand that people are going to have additional trash, so if it's in bags during that week following Thanksgiving.
I have a can that I used with my other folks periodically around Christmas.
No, so if it's in bags, if it's loose trash around the cans, we're still not gonna pick it up after the holidays. But if it's bagged around the cans, we will pick those up the week following the holidays.
Okay.
Any other time, we're not gonna be picking up anything outside of the can.
Okay.
And so what that means is then the ordinance that exists takes care of everything and no further action needed on the part of the council. But we are gonna go make sure that that current ordinance is online properly so it can be found easily.
Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
I think I read that you're starting deploying cans today, yay, and everyone's gonna get their first can, and then for people who have requested the second can, that will be dropped off after you've got your first one, so, or are they coming the same day?
At the same time.
They're
We've
coming
had-
at the same time,
Right,
okay.
we've had some customers come out and say, hey, we would like an additional can, so we're developing a work order, the service order right then, and
Okay.
dropping those off. We do have a few that have gone ahead of time and, followed us on social media and went out and already put it in, so we're dropping those off as well. But again, it will need to be done sooner rather than later, so we get that going.
Do you have a date for your transfer station? Now, if you don't,
Yeah, we don't currently, I'm glad you jogged my memory there, Mayor. So we do have our operating permit, so we can be live, if need be. Operating permits there, our tire permit, tire processing permit is in the mail, so I'm told. So, we'll be able to accept tires out at the transfer station. And of course, all that stuff is on our website through the sanitation department page there. Any other?
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
a lot of work y'all done, and appreciate it.
Sir.
All right.
Okay, that's all I have, Mayor, unless you have any questions for me.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Anybody? Mr. Johnson. Right, there you are.
All right, thank you, Mayor, Council. So September wrapped up the city's busiest month for tourism. Hopefully you have this in your packet here. Just wanted to give you a bit of a recap there. September we had the Kennett Cruises Car Show, the Cats Fall into Arts Festival and Delta Fair. The Car Show and Fall into Arts Festival both were approved for $1,500 of tourism marketing funds to help advertise their events. Both of those organizations have submitted reimbursements to the chamber. The tourism committee has reviewed those and approved their reimbursements. So how that typically works is the organizations will submit their invoices and show that they have paid their bills for advertising. The tourism committee will review that, make sure that all those expenses are relevant and a good use of city funds, essentially. The chamber will then reimburse them, and then we bring all of that documentation to the city clerk to have on file, and then we receive final reimbursement from the city. So as soon as our check's clear to them, then we'll bring that to you all and then have that behind us. For the month of September, $4,837.38 was paid into the lodging tax, which is pretty good. That's $800 less than the year prior, but $300 increase from the year prior. September, if you look back, typically is lower as far as sales tax and lodging tax both, despite those events. So no surprises really there. Next up, the chamber will host our annual holiday open house weekend. Right now, it looks like we have about 11 businesses here in town, mostly boutiques, small businesses like that, who will be participating. What that is the chamber offers our members the chance to participate in this. It's kind of, you can think of it kind of like a scavenger hunt. If you've not participated in the past, you can pick up a ticket at the first business you go to. Each one will have a gift box. You'll get your ticket stamped if you go to at least 10 of the 11 or 12 that we normally have. Then you'll be entered into a drawing for a gift basket with items from each participating store. So it's a good chance to get people who may not go into every business to go in around Christmas time and hopefully spend some of their Christmas shopping money here locally. Small Business Saturday is something similar. That's a national campaign that'll take place on November 29th. And you can see we're kind of skipping right over Halloween here, getting right into Christmas. But the last thing will be the Small Town Christmas Festival comes back for its third year on December the 9th. We'll have different events taking place several days in advance. I'll just give a quick sneak peek here. The Saturday before will be the annual Adelphian Bazaar. Sunday will be the Festival of Trees, and at 2 o'clock there will be a matinee at the Palace Theater showing Elf. On Monday, the Adelphian Club will host a, well, I don't want to spoil any surprises there, a adults-only Christmas kind of event at Downtown Bistro, so keep an eye out for that. It should be a good time. And then Tuesday, December 9th will be the event itself, starting at 5:15 p.m. The ice skating rink is going to be back this year, and that will start at 5. So just a heads up, we had a meeting about that earlier today. Roads will begin closing at 2 o'clock. We'll be shutting down downtown, one of the highways, so don't let that surprise you at all. The Adelphian Club has submitted a request for city tourism funds to advertise their event again this year. Last year was the first time. They have requested $1,500 like the others. The tourism committee's reviewed that request and recommends allocating that money. So tonight I asked the council to allocate $1,500 of lodging tax tourism funds for the Adelphian Club to help advertise that and bring in some outside visitors.
We have a motion to approve the $1,500 expenditure.
I'll make a motion.
Motion, and it will be coming from the hotel motel tax.
Second.
We have a second from Mr. Carter. Any questions regarding the motion?
I have a question.
What's that?
Mr. Johnson, in the past, I know that, my question is that enough money since it is a multi-day event? And I'm seldom one to come up and say, let's spend more money, but this is a huge thing that Kennett does. I think it's a very good thing. And I thought you guys had some flexibility that if it's a more than one-day event, you allocated more money. But if that's all they say they need, okay, but I just want to ask, is that enough?
That is, typically that is, well, I'll tell you, $1,500 is, for policy, the maximum for one-day events. Since they have added some others, that's something that we could revisit next year, if that trend continues there, and then see if there is more that we can do. As of now, I don't think that number is limiting for the number of advertising.
I just wanted to ask, thank you.
Of course, yeah.
Hey, on the movie for the elf, what time will it be, that afternoon?
I think you said
2 o'clock.
This is just a small question. Is there any way they could do two on that day to keep the crowd from did you see the crowd last year? Did they back people out?
I could bring that up to Tina Brown.
Okay.
They are changing that this year. Last year it was free.
Yes.
And I think to prevent some of the kind of chaos there, they're going to do pre-sale tickets for $5 this
Okay.
year.
Which include the food and drink, or popcorn and drink.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
That's sponsored by, who she says? Dove's?
Dove's Clothing.
Dove sponsors the movie. All right, any other questions regarding the 1,500? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
That passes.
Thank you, Counselor. The last thing that I had for you is the chamber this Thursday will have a ribbon cutting ceremony for Hope at Home, which is a new in-home care facility here. That will be at 1 p.m. Thursday. They're located at 804 Independence, Suite B. So, love for you to join us.
Is that Baker? Right next to Baker Insurance?
I think so. All right. Any questions?
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now it's time for old business. We've got item A, is update on rental properties from their code enforcement officer, Lance.
Yeah, so Victor's gone, so you'll have to listen to me. He's at the training. From August the 1st through today's date, Mr. Cook has completed inspections on 20 properties, and 14 of those have passed inspection. So that's pretty good. And mine and Chris's opinion anyway, that he's doing pretty good. The remaining 6 properties have, they're work in progress. There's been several circumstances that has impacted some of the scheduling and getting that done. Some of that, Mr. Cook's father-in-law passed away. His daughter broke her elbow and had to have surgery. Chris was on scheduled vacation, things like that. So
Just life.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, those 6 may or may not have gotten done. Okay. But like I said, both Scott and I agree that Cook's fulfilling his expectations set before him. Mayor, if I could, just for 1 second, I want to kind of reiterate everything, or a few things to you guys and to the newspaper and those that may be watching on YouTube. I've received a bunch of calls in the past 2 weeks regarding the phone at the fire department administration offices, and about them not being answered. Just for everybody's knowledge, and if you already knew, it's kind of an update, I guess, or jog your memory, but we don't have anybody that staffs that building all day long. In other words, there's no secretary there. A lot of my guys and myself are out either doing inspections or a fire scene or what have you, so there's not anybody guaranteed to be in that building. So with that said, our rental inspector and our code enforcer have cell phone numbers that they can be contacted on, and the rental inspection phone is 559-6029, and code enforcement is 344-2289. And for the general public, I would ask that those numbers only be called if you're ready for an actual inspection. Now, for general inquiries, you can call for the code enforcement. Will be 888-3005, and then the fire department at 888-5337. And again, that's for the fire department administration office, which is myself, my assistant chief, and then our fire marshal. Both of those departments, when you call them, have a call tree that will assist you in getting hold of who you need to get hold of. Again, just be mindful that a lot of times we're not in that building, and we'll check our messages and call you back as quickly as possible. But the cell phones, again, if anybody needs those numbers before I leave, or before you leave, get a hold of them, you want to make sure you get them. Anybody have any questions?
So Mr. Cook staying on target for you? Get what he said.
Everything's looking great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chief, are those phone numbers on the website?
If they're not, I will get with Dan, and we'll get them up there. I don't want to tell you.
Okay, just maybe double check.
Their cell numbers are not on the website, because in the past,
Yeah, yeah.
but
But we can definitely get them up there, and then maybe in the bottom of them, put them for inspection use only.
Or is there technology that will forward the office number to the cell phone?
I can possibly call. The only reason we haven't done that in the past with the cell phones, we were just getting bombarded with general conversations. And like right now with Victor being gone, then either myself or someone else is carrying that phone. And really, we only want that phone if they're ready for an inspection.
Thank you.
Anything else?
And y'all been really good about contacting, leave a message and calling right back.
Yeah,
So
we do our best to accommodate. Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you. Second got item B, resolution 2025-5, the purpose of purchasing a laptop computer for the police department.
Yes, and there's a little bit of an explanation it needs. I'm going to ask the chief to go through that on the amount of the grant.
Okay. This is from the Blue Shield grant that we talked about a couple months ago. We got approved for that grant, the amount of $50,000. I know you guys wanted me to stay under the 50, but I got a call from the grant coordinator, and she said, strongly suggested I go over the 50,000. And she said, even if it's just a little bit, the state may go ahead and cover that a little bit, but they're not promising that. This is the first year for this Blue Shield grant, so we may get the extra funds, we may not. I think we went over by about $500. Okay. We can cover that pretty easy out of our budget if we need to. But there's no promises made about the extra, going over the 50, but they said they would try.
That's
So that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, that's a peculiarity in the grant process. They'll reimburse you $50,000. So you have to have at least $50,000 that you spent to be reimbursed the $50,000. But we don't need to make it very much more, so that's why the chief added those 3 more items in there.
And if you make it for less, if you apply for another one, you may get less.
Yes.
Exactly.
So we want to make sure that we got every dollar we can get.
Strange, but that's the way it works.
Mayor, I'll make a motion, pass the resolution as submitted.
Thank you. We have a motion, and we have a second from, Mr. Bryant. Okay, motion to pass the resolution as written. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. And all opposed. Motion passes. Item C, recommendation for street finance committees for primary engineers for stormwater and general engineering. That would be Mr. Carter, you have the floor.
In March, well, we put out a request for engineering qualifications, specifically for stormwater, and then we had another one request for general engineering. Basically, we're looking at street work and other engineering that the city might need done. We sent this request to several engineering firms in the area, Southeast Missouri, Northeast Arkansas, and we got 5 submittals back, packets. This is just happens to be 2 of them. The finance committee and the street committee met together at the same time and reviewed this, and we selected Warner Schiff from Poplar Bluff in St. Louis to do the general engineering, transportation and stuff, and Waters and Associates out of Sykeston, Missouri, to do the stormwater work. There's no contract, no obligation to them. These will just be the first companies we approach. We do not have a city engineer at this time, since Chris's dad passed away, so we've been operating without a city engineer. But this will allow us to contact these companies when something comes up. We've possibly got a couple of big projects on the forefront out there, and we'll save a little bit of time. But we reviewed these applications or packets from these engineering firms, and selected these 2 companies to try to move forward when projects come up. And we just wanted the council to know this, be aware of it.
Any questions? Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Carter. No actions to be taken on that?
No.
All right, we're gonna move into new
Make a
business.
note that that was a recommendation.
Resolution 2025-6, for purpose of awarding the asphalt bid to Lappy Consultant in the matter, or the amount of $168,208 per bidding process for the TAP 36007 Floyd Street grant.
Yes.
This grant is dealing with,
I was going to say that,
sidewalks?
yeah, Gerald Moss was going to present this to you, but he is out on sick time right now. And so Chris Yarbrough is here and can answer any questions on that for you.
What we got?
well, we understand that we're installing new sidewalks along Floyd Street and lighting.
Do what now?
New sidewalks and lighting along Floyd Street.
Yes,
Chris, you can come up to the podium.
okay, all I have is for the Lappy cement finishing for the 168-208. And, they come at the lowest bid, and they've done work for us in the past, and they have done really good work. So that's who I'm gonna recommend to do the concrete is Lappy on that there. I mean, they come in the lowest on 7 bids, and they do good work, so that's a win-win right there on both of them.
That's concrete and lighting, right? I mean,
Concrete or asphalt?
it's supposed to be concrete and lighting, I thought.
I don't know nothing about lighting on
This
here.
is on Floyd Street.
Nothing about lighting?
This is on Floyd Street.
Just
It'll be
sidewalk.
on the park side, the east side of Floyd, starting up there at Center Street soccer parking area, and comes down and joins the sidewalk that's already coming north off of First Street there, at Dr. James' office. It'll connect those 2 spots.
I thought my memory was that this is supposed to be lighting also.
Mhm.
This is what the grant, for a new sidewalk and lighting. So we're not, this is not in the grant,
No.
or in this bid?
Not in here, no.
I would have to go back and check that. We don't have a copy of that actual contract in here.
I think we need to hold off.
Yeah.
That's the only project that we had lighting attached to. Everything else was sidewalks only.
I got it in those tap documents, but I'd have to go back to it.
Do you want, we could, you want to get that right now, or do you want to postpone that to the next meeting?
I think we'll postpone it.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have, it's a lot of money we're talking about, and I want to make sure it's correct and not approving of.
I know we requested, in the initial grant, we requested the lighting. I don't know if we were approved for it. We never saw any of that information about it.
I was the ones that said that we were approved for that. That's the only project that had lighting. The other two are strictly sidewalks.
Right. And I said I didn't know.
Was the city going to do that?
No, it's actually supposed to be paid. Well, the city would, but they'd be
Yeah.
paid, reimbursed back by the grant.
By the grant. Okay.
So we need to check on that.
Well, sorry, we can't, don't have that with us here, but we'll get that to you.
So we need to table the subject.
Yes.
Is that good with everybody?
Let's take a motion and a second to table.
I'll make a motion
We
to.
can go ahead and do it.
I'll second it.
I think we don't, but that's,
Okay.
all right.
Okay, thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Didn't mean for you to strike out the first time you come up to podium. But
Happy
hey, it happens sometimes. All right.
We didn't have a vote to table, but was there a vote? Was there a vote to table? We got a motion and a second.
Everybody's in favor?
All ayes.
All in favor? All right.
Thank you.
All right, we got anything for the comment, for the council? Looks like everybody's going to stay quiet on that one. Mr. Cooper from Paragould.
Thank you for allowing me to come out and visit with you guys tonight, and ladies. My name is Dwayne Cooper. I am a roofing contractor out of Paragould. And I want to spend just a couple minutes with you and tell you a situation that happened here in Kennett this couple of weeks ago that I think you guys need to be aware of. A very nice couple called me up, said, hey, I've got a problem with my gutters, can you help me? Sure, set an appointment, came out, visited with them. And when I got there, I was amazed by what I had seen. The roof, and I'm not gonna say who it was, that's beside the point. The roof was garbage, complete garbage. The gutters were even worse than what the roof was. So I told the people, just hang tight, I'm gonna go see code enforcement, see if we can get something done about this. Visited with a very nice man, gave me some really good information. I went back, talked to the customers, and we were, what we need to do is this, as far as I'm concerned. We need a permit going in, out in the future. I'll tell you how some of the other towns that we work in do it.
Now, sir, let me interrupt for a second. Are you talking about this is an old roof or new roof?
A brand new roof,
Okay,
$20,000.
you didn't, okay.
Yeah, they just spent $20,000 on a brand new roof, a couple weeks old, and it's garbage.
Okay.
It's gonna have to be replaced, it can't be salvaged. So how some of the other towns that I work in do this is they have a portal, a contractor portal set up. We go in, we buy the permit online. So you don't have anyone sitting there that has to, you're having to hire to sit and take the permit money. I pay for the permit online, then I go out, when the materials are delivered, I take a picture of the materials so you know what brand it is. I take a picture of the ice and water shield that goes in the valleys, the drip edge metal, the new pipe flashings, everything. Take pictures of every single thing. As we're putting this on the roof, we take pictures of the new ice and water shield going on, the new felt, everything. Have pictures of everything. After the job is finished, we email that to the permit office. Now there's a written digital track of what was done, who did it, where they did it, when they did it, the whole 9 yards, everything's right there. And if you've got pictures of it, the contractors are going to do it right. If you don't have pictures and you don't have anybody inspecting it, let's be honest, contractors, some of them can be pretty sleazy and they're going to do crappy work. And that's what's happened to this couple. He's a veteran, so that really ticks me off that this happened to a veteran. She's retired, so that's double ticked me off. I think you guys need to strongly look at having some sort of a permitting process in place for roofing. I know that your inspectors, your code enforcement inspectors are too busy to go out there and look at a roof and do that other thing. But if you've got pictures on them, and got pictures of the roof going on, the materials, everything, all the processes in place, then it's gonna be done right. Nobody's gonna be able to cut corners. Everybody wins.